I think we're going live on Periscope. We're going to flip this camera. Now we got to figure out where to put it.
Wow.
All right. There we go. We know we good with Facebook. Why? Here we go.
I can't see myself.
But you can see yourself now, can't you?
This should be sideways too.
No, because then what if they don't see it sideways? It don't always go that way. We all right.
You can't put it in front of me. I can't see.
You can still see yourself. They still see us. They don't see this.
And we don't know.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Belle Biv DeVoe. Now you know.
We gotta find something to put the phone on.
It's driving me out of my mind. That's why it's hard for me to find. Can't get it out of my head.
You have to move this.
No, they can still see us. I can't go live on Periscope.
I gotta see how many people are looking at us.
It's okay. You know, Facebook be tripping. It say 3 and we get off, it's like 25.
That's total, Mom.
I know, but they don't show you on here. She's dangerous. We're about to get started, you guys.
I think we should start now.
You're supposed to be fun with it. Stop acting.
The camera.
I'm just going with the flow.
It was fun earlier.
Now you can turn it off. All right, y'all. All right, hey, what's up, everyone? This is Kama and Miss Cheyenne. I don't know why she acting all like, come on, you gotta cheer up. Loosen up, loosen up, loosen up. This is our show, Kama and Cheyenne Speaks. You want to scoot over a little bit so that way they can see you? Is that better? Is that going to make you feel better? It's not going to make you feel better, right? Okay, why don't you do this? I'm going to talk a little bit. Thank you for the hearts. We need the hearts on Periscope. We need it all. Why don't you go and find something for us to put the phone on, because I think that'll make you feel a little better. Hurry up. So this is my time. No, I'm just playing. Hey, everyone. Thank you so much, Princess Closet. Christina, thank you for the hearts. We are on Periscope Live. We are also on Facebook Live with hello, Rudy again. Hey, Jody04 on Periscope. We are live on Facebook. My daughter just went out. She wants to, the way we have this set up, she's not happy with it, but it's okay. Her mother knows how to keep it moving. We are starting our talk show as of today. It's Kama and Cheyenne Speaks. And today we're going to be talking about mother and daughter relationships and our perspectives. So most of the shows you'll see I have this shirt on. Cheyenne, when she finds hers, she'll have hers. On here it says loving me first. So if anybody has any type of, you know what, Cheyenne, why don't you get that? I know what we can do. Sorry, I'm trying to help my daughter out. Get that thing, that glass thing right there. Let's set it up and then put that behind it, and I think we should be good. So, Loving Me First is a nonprofit that I started to help people that have been through domestic violence, such as myself, and then also help build self-esteem in young girls. You may need more of those. In young girls and in women, because we have to build a better environment. Hi, Shiloh. Thank you so much for joining. I so appreciate it. We are trying to bring more of these and stack them like this. How about that? And I'll hold this.
Like what?
Just bring a bunch of these and we'll stack them. Sorry about that. See, I got to do I'm on Periscope, looking at Periscope. Hi, Periscope. I'm on live. My daughter's trying to make sure we got this right. So anyway, Loving Me First is a nonprofit, like I said, to help fight against domestic violence, low self-esteem. And we've been doing so much with it. So you'll see my shirt, Loving Me First. You will also, hopefully this will work if it's not too. Here, why don't you help fix that? Also, we have these mirrors right here where we teach you how to say affirmation. There we go. Looking at yourself, and you can tell yourself how beautiful you are, whatever the case may be. Okay. Cheyenne's back. Are you good? No. Yes. Okay, while she's fixing it. So anyway, we're going to do a little introduction of ourselves. Okay, she's happy, y'all. Okay. Thank you, everybody that's on. So again, my name is Kama Burton. This is my daughter, Cheyenne. Cheyenne, tell them a little bit about yourself, because your mom has been talking all this time. She needs some water.
Okay, so my name is Cheyenne. My name is Cheyenne. I'm 15 years old.
You don't know anything else about yourself?
I am a
What do you do?
cheerleader at
Okay.
my high school on
Okay.
varsity, second year in a row. I'm going into my junior year of high school.
No, we're not in Fresno. That's too far. We're far further down.
Yeah.
So anyway, Cheyenne acting like she's shy. Any other time she is loud and obnoxious. I have to calm her down. I'm just
You know what obnoxious means? I looked it up and it has some very hurtful words.
No, she's not
To the
obnoxious.
meaning.
See, she's lightening up. So today we are starting off talking about mother and daughter relationships. We started this because I think, have built a pretty solid bond. And we want to encourage mother and daughter relationships. We want to encourage relationships, father and daughter relationships. People need to understand that our girls, they need you fathers, they need you mothers. We wonder why our kids wild out. So just kind of from our perspective, if you guys have any questions, any comments, we're looking at 2 screens, so hopefully we'll be able to catch the Periscope ones because sometimes those go up really quick. So we're going to try to catch those. So if you have any questions, comments, or what have you, please, please, please put them in there. Oh, you showing my rose. Okay. Don't on Periscope. Okay, I have to hide them. We good. No, I'm losing weight though. So anyway, we are just talking about what is going on. So I want you guys to first of all hear from Cheyenne. Talk about some of the things that you see that you're finding today with mothers and daughters. Where are you seeing? Is there some slacking? What are you seeing in that?
There is some slacking, but then there's also I see, okay, some people are my friends, some of them aren't, but girls with their relationships with their mothers, some mothers are too hard on them and put too much pressure on them, and then there's mothers that don't do that at all. And you can read that on them.
Go ahead.
So when it comes to putting too much pressure on your daughters, especially if they're my age in high school, it's kind of hard because they have to go to school and deal with stuff like that and deal with things outside of, the household, and then for them to come back home and then have to deal with some stuff, it kind of brings their I wouldn't say self-esteem down, but it brings them down as a person. It doesn't make them very happy. And then when it comes to mothers that aren't very connected with their daughters are out wilding out, being rude, disrespectful because they have no authority at home. So
well, let's back up. And Rudy, I got your question. Let's talk a little later, and let's see how maybe we can link up somehow, some way. I'm in California, just not that far down, but we'll talk. So wait, let's back up because you said you think it's hard. So what do you mean? Some of them are too hard or too harsh on their kids?
Too harsh, as in yelling at them, cursing at them.
Okay.
Not letting them have their freedom sometimes. I know we're still teenagers and we need to be,
But what kind of freedom? What kind of freedom?
As in going to hang out with your friends,
But what do you think? What do you think too much is when you go
too
hang
much
out?
freedom?
Or what's not enough?
Too much freedom is, not having a curfew and not knowing. I mean, just going anywhere with anybody. Not knowing who you're with, like your mother not knowing who you're with. Certain places, I feel like some girls just shouldn't be, and some mothers give them too much freedom to go out and go do certain stuff with certain people.
Okay, so what do you think with me? I mean, I don't know. My mom was a little strict on me, but I think it was a good thing. Now that I look back and see, but I think I'm a little more lenient on you. Probably. I did, the other day, she wanted to go somewhere, and I just thought, I just wasn't comfortable with it. But the crazy thing about it was, I started feeling bad. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't want to say no, but I know it was for the best. Because to me, I feel like there's certain situations girls shouldn't be in. I don't think that a girl should be around. Okay, I'll tell you guys the situation because we're just going to be real about it. So she has friends, and they're guys. And she went to go to one of the guys' house, and it was just going to be 3 guys and her, and they were going to go swimming. But I don't think that's appropriate. What? Was I not supposed to say that?
We were going to these girls' apartments to go swimming with them.
Okay, but somebody else lived in the apartment, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we didn't know for sure who was going to be there.
we didn't know if the two girls were going to be there.
Right. So I just think I'll feel more comfortable knowing that there's a bunch of people there, adults there. I don't care if the adult is 18. That's not an adult. I mean, they're an adult, but if it's an 18-year-old boy or a 19 or 20-year-old boy with his own apartment, and then she's the only girl, even though she's cool, it ain't nothing crazy, but we just got to be, we just got to be very careful, to me, as a mom. So I felt bad, and guess what? I messaged her. I said, I feel bad, but I don't know. I'm sorry. And she said, no, you know what's best. And she didn't get angry. Were you mad that day? No, she wasn't mad, but I just felt some kind of way, because I don't like to say no, but I want to still give her some sort of freedom. Remember that party I let you go to?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell her. Now, I don't let my daughter go to like a whole bunch of parties.
I don't even like to party, so I don't even go to parties. If I go to parties, usually with my friend because she asked me to go with her. But usually on my own decision, I would not go to a party.
Okay, so she normally goes to like a kickback. What is a kickback? Let everybody know what a kickback is.
A kickback is it's basically a group of people going to somebody's house and we're all just talking or we're listening to music. But like, the difference at a party, the music is very loud. They have them on the speakers and all that. It's very loud and you can't even hear anybody and you're just dancing. And most people my age, they smoke and drink. And I don't like that environment anyway, so that's why I don't go to parties. And the music be too loud. But at a kickback, we'll have the music on, but we can still like talk to each other and we can hang out and we'll like play games or something. And yeah.
So this one was a particular party that she wanted to go to. And Shiloh, we got your question. We're going to get to it. So we were driving, right? And I'm not feeling good. All of a sudden, my stomach started hurting. And I was like, I just don't feel good. So I get to this party and they got security outside. So I'm like, okay, I know sometimes they got security. But I stayed. I said, I don't know. I'm going to let you use your judgment. So I told her, I said, go in and go check it out. You let me know how you feel about this, right? So she went in and what happened?
I went in and wanted to turn around and leave already because it was too much. But
what did you tell me? You was like, I said, how do you feel about it? Remember, I said, call me and let me know how do you feel about it, right?
I was 18.
You said but you told me, oh no, it's cool, Mom. Remember? And I left.
Oh yeah, okay, that was when you left. We didn't go.
Wait, our teenagers be forgetting those little important parts. But go ahead.
No, because I didn't go all the way into the party because it was in the little living room and then it was back in the backyard. And when I went through, that's when I was like, okay, no. But at first, when I walked in, I seen a couple people that I knew, so I was like, oh, it's cool, Mom, you can go. It's okay.
So I left.
But
I left.
Came right back.
I did. What happened was I left and. I went home, I dropped off my son, and I felt it in my spirit. Oh no, something ain't right. So I grabbed my stuff and I texted her. I said, I'm coming right back. I'll be sitting on the outside of that house because I just don't feel right. So I grabbed me a blanket. I came back. By the time before I got out the car, or in the car, I get all these calls from her and she's like, Mom, come back, we're ready. And I knew in my spirit, I said, no, something ain't right. So I picked her up and then what happened?
A couple minutes after I left the party, they said it got shot up, but I guess it's not the case. I guess some people were fighting, so the security guard had to start shooting.
Yes.
To calm everybody down.
So, this was my thing about that. We have our young kids that want to have fun. They want to go to these parties.
That's what you say after.
And they got to go to these kickbacks. But to me, we have to tell them, we have to be right. Like, to me, honestly, I kind of hit myself on the hand and say, Kama, you shouldn't allow her to do that. Because when I pulled up, the clothes that these girls had on, to me...
That's what I was going to say.
Go ahead.
This is for the mothers. You should watch... I mean, I'm not saying, like, any of you guys' daughters are out, wearing, no clothes. But you should watch what your daughters wear out. Because the girls at the party that I went to, it was some in like sports bras and Spanx that I wear to cheer practice, and I just feel like my question was, who let them walk out the house like that? Like, why didn't anybody see them or tell them that's not what you should be wearing? You should go put some clothes on, because that was kind of unacceptable. So
that kind of goes back to the relationship that you have with your child. I don't try to, like, this something she has on right now. I mean, we're chilling. We at home. We at the house. But where's something, we just got to be careful. This is fine. This is like a little cameo or whatever. We ain't tripping. But sometimes there's some things that it's like it's not appropriate. And we fight with our daughters instead of just talking to them. This is always my thing. Talk to them, explain to them. It's always okay to explain to them why. We've grown up in a generation that says, don't do this because I said so.
Because then when it's like that, where it's like, oh, just don't do this. Oh, mom, why not? Don't worry about it. I'm the adult, Then that's when they get defiant. And it's like, well, you can't tell me why, so I'm going to wear it anyway. You can't give me a reason why. I don't think teenagers do well with don't do this because I said so. Because then that turns them into, that makes them rebel more.
Right. I agree. It does. It makes them rebel. And so what we did was we just kind of built a bond where certain things she just knows it's just not appropriate. And I always say, look, things aren't perfect. I take everything one day at a time. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen. And thank you, Stacy. I don't know what's going to happen in the near future. So I try to keep her as rooted and grounded as possible, where I can explain to her the what's, the whys, and the reason whys and all that. But we have to be, I think as parents, I know we have the authority, which is awesome. But sometimes even the Bible tells us, do not provoke your children to wrath. So we got to be very careful what we say and what we do. We had a question, Cheyenne. Shiloh was asking what would be the best, and just FYI, if anybody have any questions or anything, please put it in there. Shiloh was asking what is the best advice you would give to a teenager. And let me see if I can bring it down.
As a parent from
Here
a
we
teenager.
go. Yeah, what is the best advice you can give a teenager to a parent?
Communicate with your child. It's good to sit and talk and listen, because when you sit down, you actually talk and you listen to what they have to say. Sometimes they can enlighten you, but I feel like as a teenager, it's good to have somebody that I can actually go and talk to and be comfortable with opening up to and listen and know that they're listening. What's some more advice?
Okay, when you say communicate and listening, what's your, how do you see communication and listening? Because some people their communication and their listening can be, I'm going to talk to you, I'm listening to you, but at the same time, my mind is made up.
Oh, no. When they get home from school or they get home from somewhere, it's like, oh, how was this? How was that? Listen to them and ask questions, as in, how do you feel about this? Or how did this go? Or what do you think about, whatever. I think that's communication. And give feedback, too. Don't just, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, all right. And then that'd be the end of the discussion. Actually, give feedback and communicate. I don't know how else to explain it.
No, you're doing good. No, you're doing good.
And same thing with listening, giving feedback when they're explaining something to you. You can ask questions and all that and get into it. That's all I got.
Okay. We talk a lot.
It'll come to mind.
Well, I went to a not a mother-son, it was a parent-student thing about a year ago, as my youngest son was going into middle school. So it was a great experience. But one thing that they said that was the most disturbing thing in the world to me, they said that parents and children that on average talk 15 minutes and a full 4 years of high school, 15 minutes. They said that is, and I don't know where they got these statistics from, but they said it comes from this. Your child comes home, how was your day? It was good. And then that's it. That's it. So can you imagine? I talked all of a few seconds. That's on average, because we're so boggled down with our work, with our relationships, with our friendships, with everything, that we forget that our kids need us just as much as our husbands do, as our friends do, and other things. I believe that there's order. Right now I'm a single mom. Lord's will, one day somebody will marry me. But believe that there is order. You have God and you have family. Go ahead while you got your thought. Uh-oh. Sorry. So she forgot her thought.
What did you just say?
About order?
No, it was something before that. Where am I?
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to fix it so it don't fall over again. Okay, so she's fixing that on Periscope because Periscope just fell. Go get the thing. There we go. There we go. Okay, as long as I see your beautiful face, right?
Okay, so parents, make time for your children. You know, spend time, even if it's just, oh, I'm gonna go run down the street or run an errand. You want to come with me? Sometimes it'll be like, nah, I don't want to go. You know, but I feel like if you even offer, then it's like, oh, you know, something simple as that. My mom wants to spend time with me, even if it's just a little car ride down the street to go pick up something from the store. You know, I feel like you should make time. And like trips to like the movies or something, like, oh, we should go here, we'll go here this day. Yeah, we're gonna go see The Purge. We've seen the past two Purges together. It's a pretty good movie, so we're just gonna keep that going. But make time with your kids, even if it's like little stuff. That was for somebody's question. What advice would you give
for Shiloh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, making time. I try to make as much time as possible because I know I do spend a lot of time with different clients, different situations. I'm dealing with different personalities. And for me, my biggest fear, okay, when I was pregnant, before I got pregnant with my daughter, just as a girl, as a young girl, all I wanted was all boys. That's it. I didn't want...
You didn't even want me.
But I love you. All I wanted was boys because I figured boys were easier. I didn't have a horrible childhood. I wasn't bad. I wasn't like doing crazy stuff, but I just was scared that I was going to have a daughter that was going to wild out. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want that to happen. So when I found out I was pregnant, I prayed. I was like, yes, I'm having another boy. And so I go to the doctor and they were like, it's a girl. And I said, no, we're going to go ahead and wait and give it a little time. Maybe he's not fully developed yet. So we'll wait. I was in denial. People kept telling me, they were like, you're having a boy, I was like, no, I mean a girl. I was like, no, it's a boy. You know how things happen. You just never know. So anyway, I ended up having a daughter. So I said, if I have a daughter, I wanted just a few things. Number one, she had to have hair. I wanted my daughter to have thick hair and long hair. Number two, I wanted my daughter to learn how to sing. I know how to sing because I can't sing at all. You see, in the beginning, if you guys didn't catch the beginning, you'll see the replay where I was singing. I was listening to Poison. I was just talking it through. And then number three, I wanted her to be respectful. I just didn't want a child that was going to wild out. You know, I just wanted her to be respectful. And so anyway, I ended up with a daughter, and it ended up working out, you know. So that's how I ended up just saying, you know what, God gave me everything to ask for, and it just worked out to my benefit and our benefit. And so she ended up. Benefit. That's what I said. Our. Okay. Did I say our? Did I say our?
No, you said yours.
And then I said our.
You said yours first.
I know, but I corrected myself. Okay. All right. So anyway, it worked out for our benefit. And so we're here today. That's why we are here and just kind of pushing this. So we want everybody to understand that they can have the same thing. It's not too late. It's never too late. So it's about communicating, about listening, taking time out, spending time. All that is like super important when you have your own. Anybody have any questions out there? No questions?
Well, if you ask now, like live lag, so maybe somebody will make a question.
Oh, we got somebody on Never Too Late to have a strong bond with your daughter or your son. Absolutely right. Go ahead and put that back up. It's never too late. You got to start somewhere, right?
We'll put it on this side.
There we go. We have to start somewhere. We don't want to. A lot of people, I hear people always say, oh, they're lost. They're lost soul. No, they're not. Just know that they're not lost. You can reel them in at any time. if you see something that you can catch it now. You got young girls, watch what they watch what they listen to. Make sure you're the one feeding things in their ear, even though everybody else, we got everybody. The songs today is crazy. The people in the schools, the teachers, the people around you, the people you bring around, watch who you bring around your kids. All that stuff is important because what they see you do is what they're going to mimic sometimes. So you want to make sure that you do this. Yes, Shiloh, this is our first show. We'll be doing more different topics each week. Right now it's on Sundays, but sometimes things get a little crazy with me or something with her. So it'll be for sure once a week. Just the day of the week we'll let you know each week. We know we can't do next Sunday because she's doing something next Sunday, but we'll probably end up doing it on like a Monday or Tuesday, but we'll definitely keep you posted. How do you relate to the young people in today's music?
That's for you.
You know, it's going to be for both of us. So this is my thing with today's music. Two things. Is there such thing as being an overprotective parent? Okay, so we'll start with the first one. How do we relate to young people in today's music? Well, honestly, I don't like too much of today's music. When certain things that comes on the radio, what do I tell you to do? Turn it off.
Or change this.
Yeah, change, because I don't tell them they can't listen to it, but to use wisdom too. So if I hear certain things, like Usher has this song about, what was that song about? Loving a stripper, some kind of foolishness. I don't know what he was talking about.
I know what song you're talking about.
But it was like,
I can't remember how it went.
Okay, it was something about loving a stripper, and it's, something, it was some foolishness. And I said, we don't listen to that trash, because what that does is tell young girls that it's okay to live that lifestyle and somebody's going to love you. Not saying somebody's not, but we know what happens in that lifestyle. So the stuff that they're hearing, again, they listen to that over and over again. It's just not the same. The hip hop from back in the day when we were younger to now, I mean, it's totally different. Everything is about sex. It's about drugs. It's about
killing people.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's nothing that's meaningful or, fun or something that we're really dealing with. It's just, I don't know. What do you think?
Like my mom said, even some songs, like there was a song that played earlier today, and I knew the words to it and they weren't appropriate, so I changed it, and my mom was like, "Oh, why'd you change it?" Or go back, and I said no, because that's kind of inappropriate.
I don't even know the words. Sometimes it come on and I'm like, I don't even know the words. So when she knows, she shouldn't know the words either, right?
When you hear it everywhere.
That's true. You pick up stuff. Like one day she had something on, I start singing it. I don't know how I knew. I just knew the just like the main part. Which one? I just was doing that earlier. But just because you're somewhere and you just hear stuff and you hear it and you just find yourself singing
catch on to it.
Yeah. And so I just say be careful. Today's music is just it has no meaning. It has
there's some music that I listen to that actually has meanings to the words, and I feel like it is hard because every song now has profanity in it, whether it's like one word or every other word. But I try to steer clear of that, but it's hard nowadays, like music today. But
they got gospel.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying.
But what was I gonna say? Okay,
he says it's hard to steer away from. Thank you for the hearts.
No, I was gonna say something else. Forgot. I always forget.
She always forgets. Just interrupt me. It's okay. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next question. I hope that answered your question, Desmond.
Okay, wait, no, with the music. Okay, I forgot again. I had it. It slipped my mind.
Just start talking. All right. So Ayende, the question is: there such thing as being too protective? Snooping is caring, right? LOL.
No, snooping is not caring, because when you snoop, it's like, well, I don't trust you, so I gotta go look at what you're doing. I don't think that would make me feel good if a mom had to go through my phone. I mean, if you catch something either once or a couple times, then it's like, okay, let me check your phone. But I feel like if you know that your child, is not out here doing, stuff that they're not supposed to, and you snoop in their phone, it doesn't make them feel good, because it's like, well, I'm trying to be, a good child, and you don't trust me. So I feel like that's a trust thing. I don't think snooping is caring. I mean, it's caring, but it's not. I don't know.
Okay, so this is my deal. I don't snoop at all. I pray. I'll be honest with you. Ask my oldest son. He gets caught.
What's done in the dark comes to the light.
Yes. So
that's how I see it.
What happens is, if I don't feel right about something, I pray about it, and I kid you not, God brings it to the surface. I kid you not. So I just pray about it. I don't go through stuff looking for anything, because sometimes we look for things, or we're going to look for things, and we find something and we don't know what it is. We blow our top
for no reason. You
jump
to conclusions and you go off, and it's like, Mom, that's not even what it is. And you explain it, and it's like, why don't you trust me?
So I don't snoop. I've never snooped. I'm telling you, I've never. But there's things that just in the midst of me doing something, I may find something, I may see something, and then it just happens. I think when you do start snooping, and I don't know if it's so much snooping, but when you do start going through your kids, you have the right to do it. Don't get me wrong. You have every right to go through your kids' stuff. But when you start doing it, I think it'll start making them feel insecure or untrusting, like wow, my parents don't trust me. So now it's like, when I do something, let me find a better way to do it, because I just want to make sure they don't find out.
Yeah.
So.
I've had some friends that their parents would go through their child's phone like every week. Like, they'll do a weekly check, and they'll go through all their messages, pictures, social medias, all that stuff, and it just made them even more sneakier. They like found their way around stuff. I mean, now you could delete everything so your parents don't see it, but I don't think that's really necessary. But I feel like snooping, that doesn't work. From the friends that I had that's parents have been through their phone and stuff like that, that doesn't work.
And you know what? On social media, everybody's on social media. The thing about it is that, especially with the kids, they put all their stuff out there. So you should be following them on social media. If you see something that's not right, then tell them to take it down or question them. Because I will. If I see something, I've seen something, I haven't seen it lately, but I know maybe over a year or 2 years ago, I seen some stuff, and I said, you take that mess down. If it's something that's not appropriate, and I'm not talking about just stuff your kids shouldn't have, tell them to take it down. And you may have some friends that are friends with them on social media. They shouldn't be blocking you on social media. If they are blocking you on social media, then they don't need one. Mm-hmm. There's things that you have to, your child.
I gotta request you on Instagram again.
Okay. You have the authority, so it's up to you what you want to do, but be careful when they're hiding things. Now, if you know your kids is hiding something and you have to find out, by all means, it is your child. It is your child, so you still have the responsibility to do so.
And I remember there was some stuff that I had. I didn't have my mom on Facebook at one time, and that was mainly because a lot of stuff that people will like tag me in or something like that, it'll be funny, but then it'll have profanity or something in it, and I didn't want my mom to see it, so I didn't want her to think so yeah.
Yeah, she had to let me know about that.
Yeah.
So there's things out there. I know we're trying to be as protective as possible. I think there is a such thing as being overprotective. I know people and ran across people that are very, very overprotective, and I know that their kids are a little different because of that. Because it backfires. They rebel, so it backfires. They revert to something or go into something they shouldn't go into because they have to feel like, I got to be a part of something. I don't think we have to be a part of everything. I don't think the kids have to be a part of everything that happens. House parties. My son, when he wasn't going to a house party, he would go to kickbacks and stuff every once in a while, or birthday parties for friends. But, parties getting shot up and all that kind of stuff, to me, that's crazy. And you know what I think is really bad? Now, you got a good relationship and you have toxic parent relationships. Some of these parents are smoking weed with their kids, they're drinking with their kids, and they think it's okay. They're smoking.
I know one girl, I was about to say her name. I know one girl, she posts on her Snapchat, it's her and her mom, and they're both smoking together. They pass it to each other. There's another girl.
How old is she?
She's like 16, 17. She's about to be a senior, so she's like 17. I'm going to say 17. I think she's 17, but I don't know. And then there's another girl. She's like 13. And she curses in front of her mom. Not like to her mom, but like talking. She'll use profanity around her mom, even in her little Snapchat videos and stuff like that. And her mom just laughs at it. She'll be singing songs with profanity in it, and she'll actually be saying the words, and her mom is sitting there in the driver's seat. I don't
How old is she?
13.
13.
13 or 14.
14. Oof.
Or
scary.
I think she's turning 15 this year, so I think she's 14 now.
Thanks for the love on Periscope. So this is what's happening. I don't cuss, so my kids don't hear me curse. Cussing out the daughters. I've heard people say that little B word. Calling their that's just disrespectful. We can't. We have to be an example. We can't tell our kids to get mad when somebody else calls them that, but it's okay for us to do it. Like, to me, it doesn't make it doesn't make sense. So if a boy says this, no, it's not cool at all. If a boy says it and then we're supposed to go off, but we say it and it's okay, what kind of messages are we sending? So there's a such thing as a good relationship. There's a toxic relationship. At 13, I believe this. If profanity is wrong, we just shouldn't do it, period. That's my thing. If it's wrong, it's not that, well, it's okay for adults to do it. Either it's wrong or it's right.
Yeah, I feel like some kids, it's like their parents will curse around them 24/7, but tell them not to. Then it's like, oh, why not? My mom do it, so I'm going to do it.
Right.
Like, you can't be a hypocrite and tell your children to do something, tell your children not to do something that you're doing around them. You know, because eventually they're probably going to catch on and they'll start, following you and what you do, and you wouldn't want to do negative things around your children because then they're going to pick up on it. And
yeah, we were at the I was getting my son from skating today, and some of the words that I heard from some of the kids, it was horrific. Like, I was like, oh my gosh. I was taping him, and I said, oh goodness, please excuse the profanity. But I was just taping him so he could see himself skating. But I'm thinking, where? The what's? The why? Where is this coming from and why it's okay? I think we need to take our children back and teach them better than what we're doing. And just show them that it's okay it's okay not to cuss. You can be angry and not cuss. Even the Bible say, be angry and sin not. There's things we can do, but we have to teach our kids and everything. So hopefully they will follow in our footsteps and go on and do better and greater than what it is that we're doing. All right, you guys. So that is the end of our broadcast. I want to thank you all for all of your questions, all of your comments. Thank you for being on. We appreciate it. Again, we'll be back. Wait, I got a comment from Periscope. Most of the time they learn it from home. You can pick up all habits from home first. Thank you for all the hearts and the thumbs up and everything. Thank you for all these hearts. It's wonderful. Yes, it's everything starts at home. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he gets old, he won't depart from it. But your kids may stray. Please, let me say this before I end. Just because things are great now, don't think that something may happen later. Things happen, but know that they'll come back. You set a good foundation, they will be back. So all we can do is do our best about it. We can't stress about it. Yes, we may do it. We all may stress about things, but know that you can come back. You got anything to say? No more advice? No? All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. Eventually, like I said, I didn't say this earlier, but my shirt, my Loving Me First shirt, I don't know how many of you guys can see it. They will be for sale soon. I'm just looking for somebody to give me a good deal so that people can get this logo to understand to love who they are first. It starts at home. When you can love who you are, parents, mother, father, you can do the same and help your children do the same thing. And we can have a good snowball effect. It's time for us to be positive. We hear a lot of negativity. It's time for us to be positive. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Invite people. Share this broadcast. You guys have a wonderful 4th of July. Be safe. And we'll be talking to you soon. There we go again, right?